Okay, guys. Wanted to, well, can't really see it. It's pretty big. What this is a welder's mask. I am going to be working on essentially a government contract. I am trying to prototype a device. Basically, all I can tell you about it is it is going to be used for training. It'll be used for combat situations, not only military, but it could be used for law enforcement as well. It's going to have multiple purposes, but the gist of what I'm building it out of is going to be essentially the lens that is inside of a welder's mask. The fact that you can dim it and brighten it up. It's without letting you in on too much of what it's going to be. I will show you how I'm going to tear it apart. We'll see how it works, how the internals work and everything, see if we can get this thing working. Now, this was given to me in the state that it did not work anymore, but we're going to see if we can bring it back to life, because this will definitely help me out with building the prototype that I will need to get this looked at by the government and see if I can't pull a contract from it. So let's get to tearing it apart. Okay, first things first, I am going to take the battery out just to make sure that the battery in fact is dead. So you want to use the KISS method. So we will keep it simple, stupid. Pull this battery out here. Let me set this off to the side. If I can get the battery out. Come on. Alright. Got it. Alright. So put the battery here on the table. Get this cap out of the way. Let's pull out Mr. Cheesy Multimeter. This has got to be the cheesiest multimeter I've ever had. My really nice flute broke, so we're using this for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on DC. I don't know why I put it on AC, but let's see where this goes from here. Let's see if we got any power in this battery. Let's see. I can see. Positive is going to be on the top. Negative is going to be on the bottom. I think that is a dead battery. I would almost be certain that that is a dead battery. That is supposed to be giving off a total of, let's see if you can see it, 1.3 volts. Or 3 volts. I'm sorry, no. Not 1.3. It's supposed to be getting off a total of 3 volts. So, this battery is dead. We can test it one more time. It's probably the reason why it's not working. Okay, either way, besides the point, we still have to tear this mask apart. So, let's go ahead and move this battery over here to the side. We can take it and trash it later. Now, the fun part, getting all of this out. The only thing with that is we do have a switch here on the side. I want to see if I can't pop that off with a flathead screwdriver without busting it. And it sounds like it doesn't like it. Okay, I think I got it. Got it. Well, that was pretty easy. That doesn't turn there. It's actually held it right here. Ooh, knocking things over. Let's see if I get this part as well. I think this is just stuck in with some 3M adhesive. Yep. It's just stuck in with some 3M adhesive. Here's the knob. Okay, here, off of the mask. And let's see here. There is what looks like to be a potentiometer inside of this mask. So what we will do now, let's see, let's take this lens out here. This is just a plexiglass lens. This has no glass to it. Don't think it's going to have any kind of polarization as well. So we'll pull that off. We'll stick this over to the side. We don't want to lose any of these parts, because I will need these parts when I do build the prototype. So after we pull that apart, let's see if we can get this mask section out of here. I do believe this section will come out separately from the front, so I think it'll have to come apart up here. So let's try not to stab a hole in my head. And that is it. So we have the front of the mask off now. This looks like the lens that will dim. Looks like a solar panel at the top, which I am not familiar with these. So I don't know if that solar panel is there to charge the battery, to keep it charged while you're using the unit. Obviously it's going to be putting off enough light to charge the battery, but I don't know if it charges the battery and keeps it charged, or if for some reason that acts as the sensor, which I seriously doubt that's going to act as a sensor to dim the unit. So now we've got this piece out. Wow, that actually came out pretty simple. So that's all there is to that. Let's see if we power this thing up, if we can get this to work. Obviously there's going to be a couple sensors there. Now on this one you do have your sensitivity knob here and your delay, and then obviously you've got a button here that'll let you know if your battery is low. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook some leads up to it, and we're going to power this thing on and see if we can get any kind of movement from this monitor. Makes me just want to take it apart even further. This knob here on the side actually adjusts how dark the lens will actually go when it sees the arc from a welder. So we will, and see, I don't know, I'm gonna guess those are the sensors for the arc that dim the glass. I'm thinking that this is just gonna be a charge cell on the top for charging that battery back up, because that's going to emit a lot of light, so I could see that charging up the battery fairly well. So we'll pop this case apart and let's see what's inside of it. I don't see any screws. Let's go ahead, let's see if we can pull these knobs off. See if we can just pop these knobs off real quick. I'm trying not to damage this as much as possible. Watch me say that, crack this glass here. See, that doesn't want to pop off very easily. And that is the holder for that plastic lens. I'm wondering if it's just press fitted, or if there's just a press fit to this. Let's see. Well, they've really got that thing on there. Let me see. Let me do some research, and we'll come back. We'll see if we can get this thing open. Okay. We are back. I am getting medieval on this thing. I'm going to tear this thing apart with some wire cutters. Try not to damage anything. Now, what I did notice, which is pretty cool, and I'll show you guys this. I've got this on volts. Now it does a temporary charge. Obviously the power is going to be on the outside, negative is going to be on the inside, so let's do this. Watch the voltmeter. Now it's going to make a liar out of me. There it goes. So it charges for a second. It actually turns on. So I don't know if this is holding some sort of resistance or what. Let's try this. This says battery. I'm wondering if this does supply power. So let's, in the sake of trying to burn this, try not to burn this thing out. I want to give this thing some power. So obviously 1.5 volts isn't doing anything. And I do not want to give it 9 volts. So what I'm going to do, let me hook my power supply up to this, because the screen on this did blink. Give me a second. Let me try to find some wire here. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Let me try to find some wire. Okay, guys. Now, you guys are probably going to really hate how I wired this up. I'm going to take a little 5 volt. And I got this from my cousin. It is just a little power supply for 5 volts. I'm going to go ahead and hook this little LED lamp up to it. And I'm going to spin this around here. Go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to point this upwards so you can see that in the camera. Now, you guys are going to hate how I wired this up. I just shoved the wire into the contact here. I'm using 3.1 volts on this, but what I wanted to show you is you can see the LED through it, but when I touch this, hoping you guys can see that. I'm sure you can. So it does work. The intensity on it, I don't know. I haven't really played with the intensity, so let's turn this over here. See, it's still, through the camera I can still see that. Or without the camera I can still see that. Now if I adjust this, adjusting this little pot here, I've got it adjusted all the way. You guys can still see the LED through that. I know you can, so you can see it every time I touch it. But if I've got it adjusted all the way, I can barely see that. So that is as dark as it gets. So that's a good thing. The only downside to this is it's a greenish color. I wish it was a clear lens that would go solid black, but this definitely gives me a prototype to play with. There'll be a lot more videos coming in the future to kind of give you a brief insight of what I'm doing. And after that, we'll definitely be able to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. By the time then, I'm hoping to have everything locked in and you guys be able to check everything out. So hope to see you, and please like and subscribe definitely if you want to see where this goes. And I will continue making these videos and get ready for part 2. Thanks, guys.